Hello everyone, this is Scarzig, and welcome back to another episode of Shardbound. Last time, we played a somewhat passive deck, right? We were trying to turtle against our opponent's onslaught, and today I wanted to play something a bit more active. We're going to be playing the yellow faction, the pack runners, being led by Oathkeeper Juro. This is a deck that I actually built myself and have been tweaking, so hopefully I can have a bit more of a better showing. I think I played well. Again, a couple very key misplays in my last video. But this deck, again, features a bit more proactive of a win condition. So we should be able to maybe get some flashy plays on the board. The yellow faction relies on tribal synergy with a special group of cards called Primals.
Okay,
and
where's my dad?
Oh,
I know
mercy.
you know.
So there's a little bit of lore back and forth between the generals there, where Juro's looking for his dad or his family or something. But anyway, this faction relies on synergy between primals. Pack mentality is really good. Choose a friendly primal minion and add 2 copies of it to your hand. And Beloved Trainer is to give all friendly minions +1/+1. It's got really good stats for a 3-mana minion. Well, in my opinion, but we kind of want that to come online for us when we have more bodies on board. We're going to hold the Tribe Warrior and try to get some more early drops. Nothing. Wow, really unfortunate. I actually have a lot of early drops in this deck, so it's crazy that I actually didn't see anything. We actually are featuring a different map in this gameplay video, which is really nice. My opponent is Venerator Wind, the orange faction. They rely on tricky stuff with spell synergy. Bear Primal, there it is. Okay, so Bear Primal comes down, has 2 attack while next to any hero. So if it's standing next to me, it has +2 attack. If it's standing against the enemy general hero, then it has +2 attack. So that's a really good minion. I suppose I could move here. No, because I think that gives him line of sight. If I'm standing here, I think he needs to move here to have line of sight on me. They're working on making this a little bit more clear because it shows where he can attack, where he can get possible sight lines, but it doesn't show you where they already have sight lines. And I think I'm protected if I'm standing here
Side by
from
side.
him. So if I stand here and summon the Bear Primal, then that could work.
I'm here.
And again, you can only summon on your small summoning half of the map. And you can see here these boulders, this cover for range, just strategically placed so that the person going second can reach it on their first turn.
Right?
Tome Keeper draws a random spell from your deck, which is fine. This is one of the units that recently got a fresh, unique model patched into the game. So that's really exciting. And as you can see, all the primals currently share the same model. So you have to, again, be very aware of stats and abilities. That's why everybody's names pop up. So you can keep them straight. Raven's Omen. Raven's Omen. It shuffles a Dread Raven into your deck. It's a big 8-mana finisher. It gives all of your minions flying, like Aspect of the Drake, right? So that's why we have that in here. It's like a nice win condition for the deck.
Let's do this.
And he summoned this out of range of the Bear Primal, so that's fine. And I can just walk away, and then the Bear Primal has
Let's try
leeway. So I'll move away. Bear Primal gets boosted because it's next to me. And then we can actually summon the Tribe Warrior. Or do we want to summon the Howler Primal? We'll summon the Tribe Warrior. It gets +1/+1 when there's another Primal on the board. So I just want to get that online before the Bear Primal gets killed, so I can get that bonus. Using my mana inefficiently, but taking advantage of that synergy is definitely worth it here. The Howler Primal is Deep Strike. That means that I can summon it anywhere, and it deals 1 damage to adjacent enemies as a war cry. Growler Primal does the same thing, but you summon it next to the enemy hero, and it deals 2 damage to them. So this is a very aggressive minion. I have Primal Ruse, which I can swap my hero's position with an ally. And if that ally is a primal, I draw a card. So this is really good for some tricky stuff. Because I can move, swap with one of my primals, and then they can move from the new spot. So like if my opponent stands on this spot, I could move 3, swap with like the Tribe Warrior or something, and then he's standing here, and then he can move 1, 2, 3. But he didn't go for that. Roar Immobilize is also very good for this deck. It's one of our main win conditions, where if our opponent overextends, we just walk up to them, they're rooted for a round, and then, you know, we just wail on them because they can't run away. We're at 4 mana. We could probably go Growler Primal here, just to get that damage in. Or do we want to get the Raymond's Omen online? This does have flying, so probably better to just get the Growler Primal up. And we'll summon it here to kind of body block him a little bit. Because if we summon it here, he can just run all the way back here. But if we summon it here, let me get a better look, then he has to walk 1, 2, 3, and he's a little bit closer.
Yeah.
Tribe Warrior can't quite reach, unfortunately. But I think that we do get to pressure him here. We're also going to come from this way, get like a pincer going. Because he has to run towards me. And the other thing too, Deep Strike minions are so good. Well, it summons next to the enemy general, so it's almost like it has Deep Strike, because being able to advance onto your opponent's side of the board and still keep minions near you is super valuable, because normally you have to summon them just on your side and then run them over.
Do not.
And the Raven has flying, so I can just summon it back here where it's going to be safe, then fly it in next turn. My opponent has drawn very, very slowly. He might be saving his spells for like a really big combo or something. Duskblade looking to get the value trade here. That is poison. Again, whatever it attacks, whatever it damages, will be instantly destroyed. So at least I get some face damage in. I think the key in this matchup against Orange is to be a bit aggressive before they can get their spell combos. And there are aggressive variants of Orange that I have seen, but my opponent clearly is not one of those, since he's only summoned a couple units so far. But because that's nice, right? Because sometimes you get like a bad opening hand, and you get a bad opening hand, and because your opponent has to build up a few units as they're crossing over to your side, it's a little bit slower, so it allows you to kind of get a defense established. Okay, so Howler Primal could be interesting here, because I drop it here. The 1 damage breaks this guy's damage shield, which was granted to it by a spell, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, Blessed. Increased attack and damage shield. And then he's got another Phalanx Regular, which is like Bear Primal, where it gets extra attack when it's near an ally, not just your general. So if I do Howler Primal here, this breaks the damage shield, and then the Tribe Warrior can maybe finish it off. Feels kind of bad, though. Okay.
Okay.
I'll go in with the Growler Primal.
Be strong.
I'm here.
Summon the Raven's Omen, just to get the Dread Raven
Let's do this.
into our deck. And we'll move the... Oops. I roped. I was going to move the Tribe Warrior down. And I'm in position of the Phalanx Regular and both of these. So I'm probably going to take a lot of damage here. The Duskblade gets this value trade like I was talking about. It just kills it for free. And then these two guys are going to pound my face in because I didn't move. God. it's like they still give you 90 seconds for your turn, but because it's on a hex grid and there's like cover and high ground and low ground, and you have to figure out everybody's like attack ranges because everybody moves 3 spaces. I rope a lot in this game. There's a lot of extra stuff to consider, a lot of extra stuff to take in. But as I play more and I get... Wow! He's actually going to preserve the Duskblade. Because even if he made that trade, the Duskblade would have survived with 1 HP. Instead of getting this 9 damage. So very interesting choice by my opponent here. I wasn't expecting that at all. I suppose he just wants to keep the Duskblade near him.
On high.
Just for defensive pressure. Oh.
No.
That's really fancy. So that spell teleports an ally to high ground, which are these spots here. So he was able to teleport it onto high ground, so it can run forward and kill that flying unit, keeping it from flying it across the board and getting a value trade somewhere, or just hitting him in the face. Because ranged heroes don't strike back. You know, flying minions can just harass them all day. So what I can do here is run back. My special ability is Pounce. I can dash to a location that's 2 tiles away. And I turn into a primal, right? So now my hero now has the primal status. And I'll just take out the Duskblade myself. Don't want to worry about that anymore. I could use Displacer to feed one of the Phalanx regulars to my Tribe Warrior. I think that's what I want to go for. Do I want to go here? No, I want to swap with this one.
Yeah.
No more time.
This will force him back. And the Displacer can trade well into the Phalanx regular. He still wants to maintain line of sight because he's ranged in order to attack. So if he steps back here, then I think that breaks line of sight around this corner of the boulder, if I'm not mistaken. You see, so he needs to stay near the Displacer to get that hit in. Oh, I completely forgot about the Phalanx regular's effect. That's fine. So he gets to shoot me instead. There you go, Phalanx regular. It's because it was already boosted. I forgot to factor that in. Harbinger, flying. Deal 2 damage to adjacent enemies after moving. Wow. How'd this thing get blessed? I think there's like minions that he summoned earlier that bless minions that are in your hand. And I just didn't notice. Penumbran Assassin is kind of good. Yeah, I can Penumbran Assassin and then... Aw, man, Howler Primal. I don't have enough mana for that combo. Because I can summon this next to a minion and it deals 3 damage to it. So I could take the 5 damage from the Dancer and then summon the Penumbran Assassin to one-shot this thing. Because I'm charmed, so I'm going to keep moving towards this unit. I suppose I could Howler Primal into Primal Ruse. No, that wouldn't work either. That's still not enough damage.
Hunt's on.
So I think I just do this play.
Target eliminated.
Go, go, go!
And I could use my ability again, Pounce, to move 2 spaces if I wanted to like move back here. But then I'd turn back into into Juro, I would lose my primal status. And that helps with certain spell synergies. Yeah, so the Harbinger moves, deals 2 damage. And I guess if he wants, he can hit me or trade into the assassin. Oh, right. I completely forgot about my opponent's hero power. You deal 1 damage to a minion in line of sight, and it gets +1 attack. So you can buff your own dudes, or you get an extra ping for 2 mana.
I'm here.
So this is going to let the Harbinger live. Really unfortunate. What do we get? Ancient Collar. Would really like to kill the Harbinger this turn. And I really don't want it to, like, wreck me. Because he didn't attack, right? He just used it to fly in and deal that 2 damage. So I'll just summon the Ancient Collar. I could summon the Ancient Collar here to threaten the Harbinger next turn.
Out.
Definitely gonna attack. Howler Primal has Deep Strike. So I'm actually just gonna summon it here to pressure. And again, you can attack and move. I'm thinking about whether I want to move here.
Side by side.
And I'm gonna move so that he can't just move the Harbinger and damage me and kill the Ancient Collar. I want him to really think about how he's gonna handle this thing. Because what he'll probably end up doing is flying it down here to damage the Howler Primal. And then he can take it out with this, with his ranged ability to finish it. And then that leaves it in range of the Ancient Collar, because it can move around here and hit this spot. And if he just brings the Harbinger forward to, like, keep harassing me, then I don't mind taking that 2 damage to finish it off, because these things are super annoying. I should probably get one of those Dragoons that my opponent had used in the last game that instantly kills a flying unit. It's probably worth. Bless the Weak. Draw 2 minions that cost 2 or less. Give them +1 damage and +1 attack and damage shield. So that's the spell that I didn't realize my opponent had used before. So that's why those minions that he was summoning had shields. Yeah, so he's pushing damage here. And then he used his ability to buff the Harbinger to get that extra damage in.
This is a good one, right?
I have all spells. This is really unfortunate.
Let's do
The
this.
Ancient Collar isn't going to be able to die to anything this turn, so I think I'm actually going to be forced to pack Mentality, the Howler Primal.
Okay.
Going to use the Ancient Collar to block this line of sight so he can't keep hitting me. And then I'm going to Howler Primal here to break that damage
Let's
shield
do this.
and get the trade. I can summon another Howler Primal. So I think I'll just do that. The Evangelist has Supremacy, which is an ability that does something when it's on high ground. At the end of the turn, it deals 1 damage to all enemies on low ground, right? So he's obviously waiting for another one of those spells that teleports it to the high ground. So I want to make sure that I'm able to take care of it once that happens. So I think I'm just going to Howler Primal here to get some damage, get a body on the board. The Evangelist will have to come over and maybe clean this up, because this body blocks
Gotta
him.
go fast.
This body blocks him from walking back over to his side. He's trapped here. And again, ranged can't strike back, so my primals on my turn can just wail on him for free. And next turn, my general can just move to this snug corner. I probably want to stay here, because if the Evangelist gets to high ground, I want to be able to walk onto high ground. I can use Cut Down, which is a spell that sets its attack and health to 1. So if he summons it in the wrong spot, then I can cut it down and then trade something into it. Wow. Heaven's Light. So that dealt 3 and 1 to everything near it. That seems really good for me. And he's going to use... It seems like a really big spell. First Light. Flying. This minion has flying until it deals damage. Oh, he's not going to make the trade. Ooh. Give a friendly primal +2 attack this turn. So I can use the Strict Packmaster to buff the Howler Primal and kill the First Light. And that way I don't take that 6 damage from a flying minion. That is... Oh, what a... That's so good. Thank the Lord for that. I really wish I could trade in the Ancient Caller, though.
I'm here.
Ooh, them value trades.
Let's try this.
Yeah.
Hunts on.
Because I can just move here, again, to break this line of sight, I'm just going to have the Ancient Caller start wailing on him. And I could rely on Primal Ruse to swap positions and draw a card. But we'll see how it goes. I think I want to just save this for a sticky situation. Because if he somehow gets something onto my side of the board that I can't deal with, maybe I can run the Strict Packmaster away and then swap positions with it, and then I can run a bit further away.
I'm here.
Another First Light. Damn it. And Cut Down only lasts for 1 turn. The Evangelist will deal 1 damage to all enemies on low ground. So I'm going to take 1 damage, and then the First Light threatens 6 more. Oh, wait, I can Cut Down and then Howler Primal on the First Light. Thank Jesus.
Unnecessary.
Destroy a boulder, draw a card. What a rude... Oh, what a rude thing to do. He destroyed my cover and drew a card. How much did that cost? Only 1 mana? Only 1 mana for that? Screw that. Oh my god. Oh my god. Alright, so the Strict Packmaster can kill the Evangelist. I need to do this.
Valyar's Claws!
Thank the Lord.
I'm here.
I can't even tell you how lucky I am.
Yeah.
Then we make this trade.
No.
Quartermaster can move 3, so that's 1, 2, 3. I want to step back, summon the Eagle Primal to body block. And because from that thing, that dash I did earlier, it turns me into a Primal, so the Eagle Primal still gets its attack buff because it's next to me. This is gonna require some finagling. The Quartermaster will have to back off and get this value trade for sure. Now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I could have summoned it like here. Oh no, he's just moving in for the kill. I respect that.
I'm here.
Zealot, deal 3 damage to a random enemy. If it's killed, gain a damage shield. No! Oh my god. Denial Pillar. At the end of your turn, deal 5 damage randomly split among all enemies in line of sight. Oh, this is so dastardly. Okay, fine.
Okay.
I think
Let's do
I
this.
move here. No, I swap first, and then I can walk here naturally, and it lets the Howler Primal pressure up here. Yeah, so we're gonna Primal Ruse.
I'm not giving in. Hunts on.
We get to walk here, and oops, wait a minute. What's your movement range? Oh,
Claws out.
and then pounce here.
Okay.
I don't think I'm in line of sight of the Denial Pillar. We got 5 mana. So we are just gonna
Yeah.
move. Summon the Tribe
I'm
Warrior
here.
and the Ancient Caller.
No
And again,
more
that's
I'm
out of
here.
line of sight of the Denial Pillar.
Okay.
And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep the. Oh no, another Denial Pillar! GG. GG. Look at that, and then he vaporizes the boulder. Oh my god, I got pooped on.
Dad.
Oh, look at
I'll
that.
keep fighting until I find you.
Oh my god. The aptly named Denial Pillar. Yeah, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. As you can see, all the factions have like some really cool stuff that they can do. And again, this is in pre-alpha, so they're still working on balancing things. I'm not too salty about it. It's honestly, this game is at that good stage where you can kind of just laugh things off just because some combos are just like so ridiculous once you see them go off, and it's super cool. So thank you for joining me again today for more pre-alpha Shardbound gameplay. I will see you next time, and you have a good one.